Introduction: the importance of content review in the learning process. Understanding the importance of content review for learning more efficiently. The article Content Review, Active Review, Spaced Review, Practical Techniques teaches effective methods for reviewing efficiently. Active review improves retention by requiring constant, conscious mental effort during the learning process. Interval review, on the other hand, organizes spaced sessions to strengthen long-term memory based on scientific evidence. First, content review is essential for consolidating learning and keeping knowledge accessible for longer. Active review, for example, requires students to mentally reconstruct content, significantly increasing retention. Likewise, using practical techniques such as flashcards, oral summaries, or mock tests intensifies this process of active recall. In addition, these strategies challenge the brain to access information without support, strengthening neural connections that are important for learning. However, to work well, review needs to be continuous, structured, and thought out with a good study pace. Spaced review in this sense is an efficient solution for retaining content for long periods with less cumulative effort. Therefore, using review techniques to study with strategic breaks helps the brain identify what needs to be reinforced. Similarly, reviewing at spaced intervals activates the spacing effect, proven by studies in the field of educational neuroscience. Interval review, on the other hand, distributes review sessions over time, taking advantage of the so-called spacing effect. That is, reviewing the same content at progressive intervals strengthens brain connections and improves cognitive performance. This way, the brain understands that the information is important and begins to retain it more efficiently. Practical techniques such as spaced flashcards or weekly review schedules help organize this process consistently. Furthermore, when combined with active review, this approach maximizes results with less time invested. In short, applying review techniques to your studies ensures more solid learning that is progressively easier to access. This means you can review less often, but with greater impact, reducing rework and increasing productivity. In conclusion, combining active, spaced, and practical review techniques is the key to learning effectively and confidently over time. Share with us. Your experience can inspire other students. First, we want to hear from you which content review technique works best in your current study routine. With so many possibilities, each student can find the practical technique that best suits their reality. For example, do you use active review with your own summaries, colorful mind maps, or do you prefer to review with digital flashcards? In addition, have you tried applying spaced repetition with weekly schedules to reinforce the topics you find most difficult? It is also worth mentioning if there are any revision techniques for studying that you have learned here and intend to try. Your experience can certainly help others find new ways to learn more easily and efficiently. So, share in the comments which method has brought you the best results, or talk about how you organize your content review. In short, by sharing your strategies, you contribute to a more collaborative, motivated, and best practice-driven learning community. Let's grow together. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the portal. Even if you are just starting out, all learning is valuable. Your journey can serve as inspiration for other students. So leave your comment below because we want to hear about your journey, your challenges, and the results you've achieved. Also, share this content with colleagues who are looking for practical techniques to optimize their studies in a structured way. For example, that friend who always forgets the content days before the test could benefit from spaced repetition. In fact, the more people have access to efficient methods, the easier it will be to make education more accessible. Finally, sign up on our portal to receive more tips on active review, learning strategies, and study organization. To stay up to date and connected with the latest news from around the world on politics, economics, sports, culture, technology, lifestyle, and more. We suggest you join our portal and subscribe to our newsletter. Here at Focus in News, you will find rich discussions, tutorials, tips, collaboration opportunities, and events that can help expand your knowledge and network. Don't miss the opportunity to subscribe to our channel, where you'll have access to exclusive content and constant updates on the latest trends and news around the world.